times they are changing. Some writers and critics, you prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are changing.
Bob Dylan was right. The times are definitely changing. Even though this hit song from 1964 was politically charged, its meaning is still relevant today. Over the next few minutes, I will discuss the changes in the music industry due to the emergence of new media. But first, let's explore what the music industry is. The music industry is made up of musicians, songwriters, professionals, and big businesses. Before the internet, if an artist wanted to hit it big, it was imperative that they sign onto a major record deal. Because record companies deal with the marketing, distribution, production, and promotion of music recordings and music videos, artists needed these companies to have themselves be heard. With the emergence of new media and the internet, all of that changed. But let's keep talking about that time when there was no internet. If fans wanted to hear their favorite song, they'd have to buy a cassette or a CD, go to a concert, or wait for the music video to air on TV.
America, demand your MTV. I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
MTV, music, television, video, music, 24 hours a day, and it's stereo.
Call your cable company and say, I want my MTV.
The record companies profited from all of these outlets until, you guessed it, the rise of the internet and new media. Beginning in the late 90s, illegal file sharing gradually brought the music industry, and especially record companies, to their knees. The first popular music file sharing website was Napster. At its peak, there were 80 million registered users. After several lawsuits from recording companies,
the business model built on infringement is not only morally wrong, but legally wrong.
And artists such as Lars Ulrich from Metallica and Dr. Dre, Napster closed down its service in 2001. The opinions on the use of Napster was very divided among music artists.
Napster hijacked our music without asking.
Music should be available to anybody that wants to hear it. That there should be no such thing as a price tag on music.
The ones really affected by illegal file sharing were the record companies. Since these companies were losing money because of the new way music was being listened to, they decided to create a new recording contract, the 360 deal.
In 360 deals, labels take a large cut of all your earnings, and we're just not talking about music sales. This is some straight pimping. You're publishing merchandise, t-shirts, hats, and socks, endorsements, appearances in movies, commercials. They want a piece of all that. And you can no longer drop projects when you want. You need label approval. After you sign that contract, the label pretty much owns your ass for however many albums you sign for, or until you pay back that advance they gave you when you inked the deal.
Because recording artists and independent artists didn't agree with this new type of record deal that controlled basically the entirety of their career, they began looking for different outlets to have their music be heard. This is where the internet and new media came in handy. Artists began using websites like MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, and other social media platforms to release songs, music videos, and to communicate with fans. Artists began to market themselves through the use of the internet without the help of major record companies. And it worked. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's hit song from 2013, Thrift Shop, peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart without the backing of a major record label. This was the first time a song got the top spot without the help from a record label since 1994. This is just one example of the many artists that were able to kickstart their career through the use of new media. Some of these artists eventually signed with a record label, but they didn't need that in the first place to get to where they're at now. Which brings me to my point. Because of the rise of new media, record labels changed their way of business, resulting in loss of trust from artists. Artists in turn began using new media to their benefit and creating careers without the help of big businesses. To conclude, now more than ever, musicians have the ability to be heard because of the emergence of new media, and they don't have to be stuck in a recording contract that hinders their creativity.
And you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a change.